So off the back of that particularly, I mean, when I think about the salespeople out there, what is something that they get blamed for that you think is actually a leadership issue?
Well, let me give you an example. A Sydney-based provider of IT hardware. The business has been around for 25 years, same owner for the same 25 years. And the owner and I were referred to each other, and we went to a casual lunch and had a bit of a talk about the business. And his opening claim was pretty much, my salespeople are all lazy. And I said, oh, that's interesting. Can you elaborate on that, right? And he said pretty much that a request for a quote comes in, and they take the quote and they take the request and they create a quote, and out goes the quote. Job done. So they were actually more taking orders than actually selling. He then hired some people that would actually go out and sell as well, but they didn't they weren't really that successful. And so again, his opinion was that they're all lazy. And so what I did was I went into this business when they had a kickoff day, when all the salespeople were in the same room together. The marketing team, just going to turn the light on. The salespeople, the management team, they're all together in the same room. So finally, we could address them all as one organization. And I gave them a 2-hour workshop on buyer-focused selling. And what we agreed on afterwards was that when a request for quote comes in, the salesperson would ring the client up and say, I've just got your request for a quote. Can I just ask you, what are you using this stuff for? Because I'd like to make sure that it's the right thing for the application. Right? Helpful. Right? I want to make sure you're buying the right thing. And every single salesperson, I asked for a public commitment. So I said, if you're happy to do that, if you're willing to do that, bring up every time a quote comes in, you ring up and you say, look, can I ask you what you're using it for? What's the application? Because they were selling IT stuff to hospitals and critical infrastructure like that, right? So every single hand went up. Yeah, happy to do that. Not a problem. So I went thinking, job well done. Thank you very much. What I was told afterwards, later down the track, happened was that at the next time all the salespeople got together, the business owner said, so we had Peter in here for a workshop. So who's happy to cold call? And not a hand went up. So the owner felt that they all were lying when they said they don't mind ringing the person that requested the quote to make sure that they're buying the right thing, when he conflated helping the customer with cold calling. And so he was blaming his salespeople for being lazy when he was actually the obstacle in the business.